With Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Let's talk about the extraction of baby E's, be it your A and your J, your upper baby E's, or your, I think it's K and T. We use different terminology in ortho. We just call them E's. Upper right, upper left, lower right, lower left. But there are some times when you need to take them out early. So I have a lot of content on this already. I just feel like a lot of people have trouble finding it, just so I made one big video with this. You can search by keyword E's or just the letter E. Primary molars would be another keyword. There's a lot of scenarios where you may want to take it out a little bit early, and each scenario has you have to weigh the pros and cons. You got to keep in mind, anytime you're going to extract a primary molar, the first tooth, the first molar, the first permanent molar will likely drift forward. So you have to think about that. Is that what we want? Or it might not even drift bodily, it might just tip. So if you're going to pull out a baby molar, you need to make sure that you have the right anchorage set up if that's what you want. So if your patient is a little bit class 3 and you're sure it's not a shift, well, then put in a lingual arch if you're going to take out the E and maintain it. If your patient is class 2 and you're going to take out the upper one, well, put in an ANTS or a TPA if you're going to take it out. That way, at least you can hold your anchorage. Certainly, if there's a Bimax case, and if you don't know what Bimax is, I'm giving you a lot of keywords where I already have content made. Bimax, B-I-M-A-X. Look up all my videos on Bimax and how sometimes we put in space maintainers upper and lower, extract the E's in order to have some anchorage. Remember, if your 5 or second premolar is not at least half to 2/3, ideally more like the 2/3 developed, taking out a baby tooth will slow down the development and eruption of the premolar, whereas taking it out when it's a little bit more than half to 2/3 might accelerate the eruption. So these are things you have to keep in mind. Certainly if these are non-restorable, if it gotta go, it gotta go. Just make sure you put in anchorage if you need it or not. That's the main thing. It's really not that hard. If the tooth is ankylosed, I have videos made on what to deal with an ankylosed molar, primary molar, and when to take it out. If there's an odontoma, I have videos about that. I have so much content. Look at this specific situation right here. I've seen this not often, but it happens where a first molar gets caught up and doesn't come down because it's getting caught on the E. Okay, that's a problem in that case. That actually is a problem. You have to look at the particular situation and say, well, is this okay? If we pulled this out and this came down and was mesialized, do we want this? Or do we need to rig some type of contraption to get this off the hump and distalize it? So that really depends on the bite on what you do here. I mean, certainly this is a little bit too low to start the spacer technique. Again, these are all keywords of content I already have. So I can't really give you that answer what to do in this situation because it's going to be customized for that particular patient's bite mechanics and everything like that. So hopefully this is helpful. Remember, there is wiggle room. This E is a lot bigger than the 5 that's going to come up. So you got about 1.5 millimeters to 2 millimeters, sometimes 2.5 millimeters of wiggle room there. And that space we can use if we plan in advance. But if you do not plan the mechanics and the anchorage and the control, you will lose that space and it'll be almost impossible to fix. So later. So you have to kind of strategize in advance. This is all part of phase 1 treatment. Although we're not normally dealing with the 5s in phase 1 treatment, setting up anchorage for later for phase 2 might be part of your retention from your phase 1 treatment. So if you have a case you would love to consult with me, I would love to talk to you about it. You can go purchase an a la carte session. If you're looking for something a little more low budget, we also have a course, which is a phase 1 interceptive course. It is very affordable, just $40 per CE unit, $549 for 13 CE units. You have a whole year to finish the CE. So you can check that out at straightsmilesolutions.com. And we're super happy. As always, our YouTube videos are free. All right, thanks so much.